What's going on, y'all? The reviewer is here, and I'm back to give y'all this album review of Ghetto Commission called Wise Guys. In case y'all don't know who Ghetto Commission is or was, they were a rap group from New Orleans, Louisiana. They was in the No Limit camp, and the group consists of rappers Holloway, Spade, Valero, and Dolly Ollie, I believe that's the name, who's a singer, okay? And this is the real deal. Y'all know how I do up in this thing. Honestly, I was very hesitant to get this album because I never heard it before. And since I was a big No Limit fan back in the day, I decided to try these guys out. And honestly, it's not bad of an album, man. I'm gonna explain all that at the end of the video. And now I'll give y'all the credit who made the beats for the album. Producers were Beats by the Pound, who were Odell, KLC, Carlos Stevens, and Craig B. I'll put it a little closer here. Then the features were, of course, Master P, Mystical does a little feature, Prime Suspects, Fiend, Magic, may he rest in peace, Mr. Servon, C Murder, Silk, QB, and Mac. So those are all the features for the album. Now I'm gonna go down with the songs now. I think you can see it. Let me straighten it out. You should be able to see it. The first track is called I'm a Soldier. This features Master P and Mystical. This is a really nice song. I like the singing on there. That sample's been used a lot. You know, if you hear it, you'll see what I mean. But it's a nice sample from the song Wanted Dead or Alive. And really nice, man. Master P come with a nice verse. Mystical does a nice verse. The rest of them hold it down with a nice solid beat. The next one is called Get 'Em Up. This features Prime Suspect and Fiend. And this track goes hard, man. This is pretty crunk. You know what I mean? It's like, get 'em up and run. That's how they yelling on the hook. I mean, that thing goes hard, man. And that beat is nice. All of them come through with some dope verses. Fiend does a really nice job. Prime Suspects, they come through with some nice verses. And I'm gonna try to get their album Guilty to Proven Innocent, so be on the lookout for that. The next song is called Hustler Baller. This is a really nice song. And it's a nice sample from Master P. You know, he say hustler, baller, gangster, cat killer. But it's sample on there. It's really nice. Ghetto Commission, they all come through with some nice verses. They do a nice job on there. Then Run Quickly is a really nice track. They ain't about no games. You could just kind of guess what they're rapping about. They better run quickly as I buck, that sort of thing. And they all come through with some nice verses. They let you know off top they ain't about no game. Then Bloodline, this features Magic. This song is really nice. I like that bass line on there, man. That bass line is sick. Magic come through with a nice verse. Ghetto Commission, all of them come through with some decent verses. They on some straight up murderous, taking your family out type deal. So anyway, next one is called, I'm gonna go down to Trying to Make It. This features Mr. Servon. If y'all remember Mr. Servon after the life insurance era, he started rapping a little fast, kind of like offbeat, but not really. But he does it on this track here, and it's pretty decent. The rest of them come through with some nice verses. They're pretty much talking about trying to make it out the ghetto, that sort of thing. Devil's Playground. This is a bumping ass track right here. This is probably one of my favorite tracks off of the album. That singing on the hook is insane. All of them come through with some dope verses. I mean, they just talking about some things that they did and what they're doing, and they causing themselves to be put in that playground. This is a must peep for those who may have never heard of anything from Ghetto Commission. This a track for y'all to peep. Definitely a dope track. Lost Thugs. This features C Murder. When you hear the track, you already know it's a C Murder's track, or you know he's gonna be on here. But he comes through with some nice verse. The rest of them does their thing on here. It's a nice solid beat with some solid vocals. It's worth listening to. Ghost in the Dark, this features Silk. And this song is pretty good, not bad. Too bad it's too short, but you know, but the song is nice, kind of dark a little bit. The title of the track explains it. Wise Guys is the next track, and this is a bumping song, man. Like, that hook is crazy. I catch myself singing this hook every once in a while. Ghetto Commission, all of them come through with some nice verses. I mean, they come through with some dope verses. Let me rephrase that. That beat is insane. This is probably, again, one of my favorite tracks off of this album. You gotta peep this out. Trying to Change. This song is pretty nice. This is a low sample from Keith Sweat. I cannot remember the name right now, but if you hear it, you'll know what I'm talking about. This song is really nice. The title explains everything. You know, they're trying to make a change. They're trying to change for the better and things like that. They come through with some nice verses, by the way. Shackled. This is, to me, is an underrated track from Ghetto Commission, because they're pretty much talking about shackle and chains mentally. They're talking about racist things that happen in this world, or even the United States of America, or possibly the government. And they're just on some ready to go to war with things like that, man. You gotta hear it to see what I'm talking about. But overall, the beat is solid with some nice vocals. Our Thing, this features Mac, Magic, and QB, I believe. And this is a banger right here, man. All of them come through with some dope verses. Mac, they need to free Mac, man. I don't know what's going on. And C Murder too. I don't know what's up with that, man. But anyway, Mac comes through with a dope verse. Magic does his thing as well. And then I'm gonna go down to the last one called Thug Love. Now this song about, you know, them, they love a real chick, down to earth chick, things like that. I didn't like this song at first, but then it started to grow on me a little bit. So I started appreciating the things that's being said on this track. It's definitely not the worst song on the album, but it's pretty good to listen to. All right, so that's all the songs that I review for this album. Put it right here. Now, to rate this out of a 10, I will give this a solid 8.5. Ghetto Commission, they really came through with a great album. I wasn't really expecting much, to be honest, but they really impressed me with this debut, you know. And honestly, a lot of people haven't listened to this album fully yet, because No Limit was dropping albums like that, like almost every week they came with a new release, man. Like, it was that crazy. But I'm glad I caught this album, and I would say this is a must-have if you're a No Limit fan, especially around this time in '98. And I really like the fact that they have a little bit of everything off of this album, and they come through with some dope hardcore gangsterism songs. So even though they may rap about, you know, trying to make a change for themselves or trying to better themselves, don't get it twisted. They can get in that gangster side if they have to. That's what I like about these cats. So that's it. Shout out to the whole Ghetto Commission for coming out with a dope album. Shout out to all the features. Shout out to all the producers. All right, much love to the real folks, and I'll be on here back with another review. All right, peace out, guys.